It's coffee time. Today I'm going to show you how to make a coffee in a Moka pot. This is a Bialetti Mocha Cafe. There's other brands that make this, except no substitutions. Years ago I bought this knockoff brand. I don't remember what brand it is, but it was really cheap. I thought, I want to try this out, and I've never gotten it to work. I finally broke down and went and bought the original Bialetti Moka Pot. And let me show you how this works. So this is what the coffee is going to brew into. This is your base. You're going to put your water inside there. This basket right here, you're going to put your ground coffee in there, and you're going to set it right in there, and you're going to screw the top back on, and then you're going to put it over heat, and the heat is going to heat up the water, and the steam is going to build up and force the water up the funnel through the grounds and inside here, and you're going to have an espresso-like coffee. I said espresso-like. It's not real espresso because it doesn't have the same pressure that something like my Gaja Classic back here will give you, but it'll come very close. So today I'm going to brew some coffee in a Moka pot using some fresh roasted Burundi coffee. I roasted this yesterday. We're going to try it out. Now I'm going to grind this somewhere close to an espresso grind, not as fine as espresso because it could clog the holes in the filter. On my Baratza Encore behind me, I'm going to set it for an 8. So I'm going to go grind this, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've ground my coffee. That's about 18 grams of medium fine grind. Now for the water, your traditional directions for a Moka pot say just to put cold water in the base and then heat it up. But a lot of folks have taken to putting hot water in the base to start with. That will keep your grounds from being over the heat for too long, because you could end up with kind of a slightly burnt tasting coffee because it's just been on the heat so long. So that's what we're going to do today. So I've got some fresh water in my kettle, and I'm going to boil that, and then when it's boiled we'll pour it inside. Make sure you have a towel or an oven mitt handy because this base will get hot quickly. You don't want to burn your fingers when you're screwing everything on. Okay, so we'll let that boil, and we'll be right back. Okay, my water has reached a boil. I'm ready to pour it into the base. You want to keep it just below this valve. You can see the valve on the inside as well. So we're going to pour that in there right now. And now I want to add my coffee grounds. So I'm going to, remember, 18 grams of medium fine coffee. And you want to fill this. You don't want to do a partial pot. You want to do the whole thing. And you want to just get it all inside there. If you have too much, that's okay. You can clean that up later. But you want it to be level. You don't tamp it like you would an espresso shot. You just want to fill the basket very full, and then level off the extra. You can clean that up later. So make sure the edge is free of coffee, and then carefully set it down there. All right. With an oven mitt, you can hold the base while you screw the top on. Make sure it threads just right. And give it a good, make sure it's tight. Okay, now we're gonna go over to the stove, and we're gonna put this over medium heat and let the pressure build up. Okay, we are gonna set the Moka pot on the stove and medium heat. And we're going to leave the lid open. Now if you're using a gas burner, you don't want flames shooting up over the sides. And if you want to be careful that you don't get your handle too hot. What you want to achieve is a nice even flow from that top piece inside the pot. You don't want it to be gurgling and sputtering. If it does that, your heat is just way too high. So I find that a medium heat is just ideal. You're beginning to hear the steam pressure build up. There it goes. You just let that basket fill up with the beautiful rich coffee. Look at that color. And when it starts gearing the end, when you start to hear a little gurgling, you want to take it off. Go ahead and close the lid and take it off the heat to stop the brewing. Okay, it's starting to sputter out there. I'm going to close that lid, take it off the heat, turn my heat off. Now, some people suggest that when you're done brewing, you run the base itself, just hold it under cold running water to stop the cooking. Others wrap it with a towel, so all right, looking good. Let's take it back over the table and we'll serve it up in a cup and see how it tastes. All right, we're back at the table. So we're just gonna pour right in here. Now remember, these are just making shots, a 3-cup. We're not talking about 3 big cups of coffee, 3 shots of espresso-like coffee. So just pour it right in there. Just take a look at that. Can you see the steam coming off? Now I'll tell you right off, I've never been one who could drink a Moka Pot straight. Well, I'm gonna try it straight, and you can tell by my reaction what I think. So let's see. Oh wow, that's good. Now again, this is the first time, believe it or not, that I've actually made it with hot water, and that made all the difference. I made a cold water brew first before, and it just had a burnt taste. But heating the water first, boiling it first, putting hot water in the base, then setting it over the heat makes a difference. That is really close to a taste of espresso. That's delicious. Now you may want to put some milk in there. Maybe a little sugar, a little cinnamon. You might enjoy that. You can add hot water for an Americano. But man, this even tastes just great black. Man, that's such a good taste. That Burundi is excellent. Well, there you have it. That's how you make coffee in a Bialetti Moka Pot. And I hope you go out and get one and enjoy it just as much as I do. Happy brewing.